teeth of the defense and a great read by Ingles.
Clippers up by 4, low dribble. George draws a crowd. Mann doesn't take the 3, drives in. Oh, he finishes! Terrence Mann! Free throw here for Terrence Mann in his second year in the league. He sticks it.
How big has he been? Really, just it's not always about the scoring, but his defense, his toughness, and for the most part, he's made good decisions on the floor.
12 points for Mann. 110 to 103. Bogdanovich fakes on a 3 and a foul called on George. The Clippers are over the limit. That's number 4 on PG-13.
And that's a big play because Bogdanovich with a chance to make it a 2-possession game. And there is a ton of time here. And I really like with Utah, Mitchell and Bogdanovich having the ball in terms of the decision-making in the half court.
Bojan Bogdanovich misses at the free throw line. Talking about an 88% shooter. Just a enormous first half. 23 points. He couldn't miss during one stretch from three-point territory. Second half has been a different story for Bogey.
And has not had the same rhythm. Credit the Clippers, especially in that third quarter, with what they were able to do defensively to kind of disrupt his rhythm. But still, 2-possession game here. If you're the Clippers, it's been about Jackson and George, but now you got Morris out there, another guy who can go get you one.
George drive. Batum, too strong. Rebound controlled by Utah. 6-point game. We approach 2 minutes to go. Cross, Mitchell, Euro, a deuce.
We'll see, but this has been incredible. And right now, it's going to come down to execution on both ends.
Clippers up by 4 with possession. Isolation for George. George is fouled, and he's got it!
Wow.
Royce O'Neal put the hand out there, and Paul George takes advantage with a jumper and the harm.
And all the rhetoric and the conversation and the slights of Paul George, because of last year, this guy has stepped up in a big way for the Clippers.
He's got 34 points, and that's the 5th foul on Royce O'Neal. Tack on another. 35 for Paul George to go along with 15 rebounds and 5 assists.
Huge play there. Takes it to 7, and now the Jazz.
Mitchell, air ball on a 3. And the Clippers with the ball up by 7, a minute 39 to play.
And that's one of those that you want the 3, but man, you'd love to see Donovan attacking and getting the Clippers on their heels. And we just talked about it, execution, right? The Clippers get the ball on the elbow in attack mode for Paul George. He delivers. Donovan there, questionable with that triple.
90 seconds left. Batum gives it up. Jackson for George. Shot clock at 6. George tries to drive. O'Neal there defensively. Cross. Fires off the rim. And it's rebounded by Gobert.
Yeah, great job defensively there.
Bogdanovich swing. Mitchell. Fake and kick. Bogdanovich doesn't go. Rebound knocked around. Gobert had it. Game 6 will be 6 assists in the first round over Memphis.
And if you lose this game, I look at this scenario in Game 6 much like we saw with James Harden and the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, at that point, that's probably, it could be the last game of the season. I mean, you got to think if he can go at all, he's going to give it a try.
George tried the jab step. O'Neal doesn't bite. 7 to shoot. George against Gobert. Drives in. George gives it up. Kennard, ball fake. They run out of time. An empty possession. And the Jazz do exactly what they had to do.
If you were going to use the developing play there, but Credit Paul George, who has done it on both ends here tonight.
Ingles for O'Neal. Corner. In and out. Rebounded by Mann, and the Jazz have to foul. Royce O'Neal got a good look. The question is that who 83% on the season. .8 on the clock.
And one timeout left for Utah. Let's see if they decide to advance it here.
1 out of 2. The lead is 6 for Los Angeles. Mitchell gets it in and gets it back. We're down to 25 seconds left. Mitchell fires way off on a 3. Rebounded by George. Nobody fouled him initially, so some seconds tick off the clock, and now Paul George.
The best team in the league this season. And for him to come out and perform the way he did with all the doubt that has been bestowed upon him the last year or so.
He has delivered tonight.
Well, he's been performing the last 3 games. 3 straight 30-point performances by that man.
Ingles inbound. Bogdanovich turns, fires, and hits. It's a 3. The Clipper lead is 5. And Tyronn Lue will use the ball, leading 116 to 111. They've used their final timeout. 17.3 on the clock.
You expect a quick foul or an opportunity to go for a steal. Oh, my goodness.
Morris in the corner, trapped. And the foul is given. So Morris will head to the free throw line with 14.6 and his team leading by 5. 7 rebounds. Morris is 1 of 2 at the free throw line tonight. .6 on the clock.
And all teams have in the game.
Second free throw attempt for Morris. LA up by 6. Mitchell fires short. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Mann with 7.8 on the clock. Paul George, who had answers, and Reggie Jackson during a critical stretch.
And that's what you had to have, right? To win in a hostile environment without your best player, you had to have.
What will Utah need to do? What adjustments will have to happen?
Listen, they've got to get better offensively. I just thought, in the first half, to play that well, but then the 11 turnovers you gave up for 17 points. So you give the Clippers a lot of confidence, and you waste a historic performance in that regard. And then defensively, they've got to figure beyond that three-point line as consistently as we've seen in this game.
And Gobert will finish the night with no blocks. Final seconds. Clarkson fires it up, and that's it. The Clippers grab the upper hand in the series. A huge road win over Utah.